avoid when seeking employment. Why is this important to know? The goal is to be one of the candidates who is selected for an interview. Once you are selected for an interview, this increases your chances of being selected for the position that you are seeking. Resume review. Pictures. Some hiring managers may consider resume photos unprofessional. A resume picture could distract from your skills and experience. Oftentimes, a preconceived notion can be made by the employer by viewing your picture. Another thing to take into consideration is this can also lead to the viewing of your social media account. Some employers like to snoop around and find out things about candidates. Address. It's unnecessary and opens you up to privacy and discrimination concerns. Full street address is required for federal resumes, and in this case, it is recommended that you go ahead and leave the address on your resume. Some employers will eliminate you from the selection process due to your address because they may not want to pay relocation expenses or sponsorship. Color font. It may make some of your text difficult to read or even illegible. Font colors should remain consistent throughout the resume. Resume review. Typos. Typos show poor presentation, unprofessional, shows that you don't pay attention to details. Now, in some instances, you may have maybe one or two typos, and that's okay. But it's best not to have any typos. So that's why it's very important for you to review your resume to make sure that you don't have any at all. Listing too many jobs. Whenever there's too many jobs on a resume, oftentimes the employer will consider you to be a job hopper, which is a stigma that you do not want to have. Listing your age is unnecessary, but some people add it on there. Listing your hobbies can be something that can be discussed during the initial interview if it comes up. Reporting the number of hours worked at each job is not needed. The only time that information is relevant is if the employer inquires about it. Resume review continued. Unnecessary or useless information is not really needed on your resume. Using the phrase references available upon request can also be eliminated. Always have this information available. There's no need to take up space on your resume. And never prepare your resume like you're writing a story. Interview/screening process. Avoid making negative comments about your current or previous employers, about your coworkers, working environment, whether it be current or past, complaining about your current or past job duties and pay. The reason being, the employer is trying to formulate a decision about you. They're trying to see if you will be a good positive added addition to the organization. So even though there may have been some negative things or currently some negative things that is going on at your work environment, most of the time the employer that you're trying to get employment with don't necessarily want to hear that information. And that can be a red flag against you. Okay, so let's recap. So please consider making revisions to your resume. I suggest you print out a copy of your resume. Really take a good look at it. Look at it and see what things need to be changed, what things need to be updated, what needs to be eliminated. Also, keep in mind what the ultimate goal is during your employment search. Remain positive and concentrate on what key attributes that you have to offer the employer in order to help enhance the organization with your skills and expertise. Convince the employer that they need you. Remember, your resume speaks for you before you actually get the interview. And then once you get the interview, it is up to you to actually sell yourself to the employer. Thank you for taking the time to be available to review this information. I hope that you have found some added value with this information. I believe if you make the necessary changes, you will ultimately have a much better chance of obtaining an interview. And then once again, you'll have another chance with selling yourself during the initial interview. So the best of luck to you. And also to please be sure to share this content with someone else who may need the same information. Again, as stated before, in my previous work experiences, a lot of people have been eliminated by doing some of the things that I have listed in this video. So please, I ask that if you are really truly serious about your employment search, please take some of this advice into consideration. All right, guys, so until next time, take care and the best of luck to you with your employment search.